Anybody with a caravan or a camper trailer specifically that doesn't have airbags, I don't think you can really travel without it. If you own a 79 series Land Cruiser, hang around, because this is something that you definitely need. Hey going guys, welcome to another episode of Loading Up, and this is a little bit of an oddball one, and I'll tell you the reason why. I'm fortunate enough to be in the position that I'm in that we get a lot of different products presented to us. Some of them I'll go and test if I think maybe there's a chance I might use it. Some of them I don't if I don't think it's a really good idea or doesn't apply to us. We hooked up with TRED a little while ago, and TRED gave me the opportunity. They gave me a couple of products that, I'll be honest with you, have been lying around in the shed for a couple of months. I haven't taken them out on the trip. Recently, I went out to the Simpson desert with this particular trailer with the boys in the black truck, and then I followed up with another trip. I went out to Moreton Island. I started using a little bit of kit, and I've been using the X2 Tourer in its most simplest form. Now, the X2 Tourer doesn't come standard with airbags. That presents really only one problem as far as I'm concerned, leveling the trailer at camp. So I'm going to show you a solution today. Anybody with a caravan or a camper trailer specifically that doesn't have airbags, I don't think you can really travel without it. But before I do, come and have a look at these real quick, because once again, these were kind of lying around in the shed for a little bit. I didn't really have much of a use for them because when it comes to the standard X range, the standard X range comes with a rear drawer with a platform here. So you're kind of a little bit limited to the height you can stack. When I was actually loading up to take the X2 Tourer away, we grabbed these two boxes off the shelf, and you can see here, they just fit absolutely perfect in the new slide out in the back of the Tourer range. Now the boxes come in a couple of different sizes, and you might think, look, it's just a box. And at the end of the day, it is just a box. But this thing's got a couple of features that have just been so handy. Oh, there's another little product I'll talk to you about in just a minute. If you own a 79 series Land Cruiser, hang around, because this is something that you definitely need. Couple of different sizes here. You've got the option on these, which I find really cool in a couple of different situations. You can hinge the lid either side on them. I find that I've been using a bungee strap and gone straight over the top through the Simpson desert, along Moreton Island and all the rest of it. It's just been amazing. Bottle opener, that has come in really handy with, if anybody can tell me what this is for on this side, I did try and fit that on a twist top and it didn't quite work. So I don't know whether there's a size thing going on there, but I'll do a little bit more information on that thing there. So you can see this is one size. Comes in handy for everything, but what we found specifically on Moreton Island, this became our main pantry. So all of our dry store food ended up in here. I had another big box in the back you would have seen from the trip, full of charcoals. We were using the fire cooker for the whole weekend, and these things now for me, when it comes to the Tourer range, I wouldn't order a Tourer without these. You can see here, if we went two of these as well, two of the big ones, you can see two of the big ones fit in there as well. Check them out, have a look at these, really cool bit of kit. The boys use these everywhere at the Simpson desert. If you own a 79 series cruiser, you know the handbrakes are pretty much good for nothing. Anywhere that we were parked, the boys were using these as wheel chocks. But the product that I did want to show you in here, which it's come in so handy in a couple of different situations, and it's like they actually designed them to fit in a wet storage box on a Patriot camper as well. So once again, the wet storage boxes on the rear of all the Patriots, everybody uses them for different stuff. Generally speaking, I'll carry ground sheets in the back of mine. I'll always carry fishing gear in the back of mine, including bait. If I'll get it out of the freezer in the morning and then I'll chuck it in the wet box, and by the time I get down the beach, ready for fishing. Dirty clothes is where it came from the start. The first inception for this was a trip to Stratty when the kids were about this big. We'll see if we've got some footage of them. Everybody knows the story, but I'll tell you again, Sarah was stripping them off on the tailgate of the back of our 100 Series Land Cruiser. We had wet, filthy clothes everywhere, covered in sand, and one of my buddies at that time goes, man, why don't you make a little box in the back of the Patriot on the shakedown trip, you know, just to throw that sort of stuff in, and that's where the wet box come from. But this is what we're using it for now in the tourer range. So, leveling ramps, yeah? Couple of really clever things in the leveling ramps. The base plates come off the bottom. If you're in an X3, for example, that's a stabiliser plate for your rear stabiliser on an X3. So you put that under your rear stabiliser, and on the sand, this is perfect for your jockey wheel. Chuck that up the front before you disconnect. So let's get that up near the jockey wheel. Now you've got on this side, if you knock these off, and you'll see Mia using them, that little ramp goes to the front there. I was finding, because the trailers are so narrow in the X range, not like a big wide caravan, we didn't have to roll too far up to really change the angle of leveling them out. But if you do, if say for example, you've got to roll your tyre all the way up to the top, I didn't use these, like I said, but this becomes a chock at the back. So you roll up the front, get your missus, or if your missus is driving, get you, chuck this at the back, and you can see the wheel sits in here and there's no way of the wheel rolling back. So you can see there's a couple of bits of kit that I think for a Patriot owner, you need to have them. If you're towing something, you probably need to have them. And even for general camping, the storage boxes at the back, they're so good. We've actually put them onto Patriot Supplied. So if you want to order the full range of TRED storage boxes, the TRED wheel chocks, and any of the other TRED products, jump onto Patriot Supply, grab yourself some TRED gear, get yourself some Patriot gear. I think this is a staple one for all the Patriot owners. Even if you do have airbags, still gives you the opportunity for so much more leveling, and even just the stabilizer pads, like I said, for the X3 or the front of the jockey wheel. Definitely check them out. It's Friday afternoon. I'm going to finish loading up and I'm out of here.